Time for a quick update. You're out of luck.
Welcome to the Not So Late Update.
I had some friends over yesterday. We were talking about the irony of trying to have a YouTube channel about the family without the family in the videos, and I'm just recording these at night. A lot of that came down to a conversation I had with Michaela about the children's safety and privacy. They don't really understand at this stage of life what it means to be on YouTube, and I personally don't necessarily want to. We both decided we didn't really want to expose them to that until they're ready to make an informed decision about it, and so that's where we're at so far. I mean, I'm just excited, and I think it's gonna come pretty quick here. Yesterday we did some bike rides around the parking lot near our house, and our eldest daughter learned how to ride her bike for the first time without any training wheels, so we're pretty psyched about that. You guys could see us having some fun out in the real world, in the wild. As far as today goes, I'm just elated. The schedule has just freed up, and I'm kind of not sure what to do, because I had identified I needed to get the schooling squared away for the kids. Everything else was kind of stacking up nice, and was on me just to process a lot of it, or wait, shop. But I was getting it all done. But this school thing has been lingering with no contact, no email responses, no. I could call on the phone, and I discussed that previously, but as we progress in this process, we were down to about a week and a half before our appointments in LA with TLS for the consulate. And so there is a requirement that the children have a pre-enrollment certificate before they can receive a visa. Well, if you have no contact, no response, how are you going to get a certificate? It's impossible. I dug deeper. The small village we're in, the mayor, he's the mayor of the town, did not respond the first time. He still hasn't responded the second time. But what I did do, and I kind of hate doing this because, as I mentioned before, my military service just has ingrained in me, don't overhead anybody, let them do their job. And as far as I've been told, the mayor is in charge of designating which school your kids go to, and then sort of making the handshake, meet and greet sort of thing. To do that would take a lot of time and patience, possibly. I might even have to wait and go in person, but that doesn't work for this visa process. So I dug in and I researched, and I found all the Marys for the surrounding cities as well, because on the website for the one city we're in, it mentioned we're a part of the school system of these surrounding areas. So I grabbed all their information. Then I was like, well, there's only so many schools in that area. So I grabbed all their information. It just created a big contact list that I was able to then, last night, Sunday night, scrape together a email that I ended up sending out to all of them. And I said, I'm just gonna see what comes of it, because even if I just got an email back that said this is the wrong contact information, this is who you should be talking to, I guess it just would confirm that I had been on the right path and that there's other people on the other end of this. I was telling Michaela, it reminds me of when I went hunting the first time, and it's like, I don't see anything. I didn't see any animals for like the first couple days. And then I finally saw a moose, and I wasn't hunting for moose, but it was just so elating to realize like my eyes are working. I can, in fact, get out here and find an animal. And that's the same thing here. Like, I am just so elated that someone could reply. And that is, in fact, this morning. I woke up Monday morning, and first thing, because I emailed them last night, so they woke up to my emails. 7-hour difference between Colorado and France, so they had already emailed me back. I got the directress from the city, and she's confirmed it was not the right email, but she's forwarded me to the Department of Education in their city, and they're gonna contact me to get the kids enrolled. So while it's not the exact person I was supposed to contact, apparently, it is confirmation that there's another person out there. I have, in fact, made contact, and that is gonna further on from here. So the truth is, even if we don't get the letter, the certificate in time, because that's still only like a week away from now, we will end up having the opportunity to print out that email that she's already sent back that shows that we have made contact, we are attempting to enroll, and that the process is underway. And I've heard from other people that that correspondence alone should be enough. It's not as, warm and fuzzy as if you had said enrollment certificate, but once again, here we are. We're just going to do the best we can with the limited resources and limited contact we have. We have something now, though. It's a shoe in the door. It's a shoe in the door. As this channel goes along, you're going to see I'm not very good at colloquialism, so I think I got that one right. But, yeah, so as far as today's itinerary, there's not much left to do. Like, I'm just waiting for that. The directress emailed the department, waiting for them to contact us. I wasn't given any information directly for the department, so if in a couple days I haven't heard back, I will follow up to seek their contact information. But once again, I know who to contact now to even get that rolling, so very excited. As far as our checklist goes, I feel like that's almost finishing the list, because over the weekend I was able to get done all of our little letters and stuff. I'm just gonna go back and check through all that. You just check and recheck everything, because when you get to the appointment, if you don't have it, you're out of luck. So where does that leave us? Sitting in the parking lot. Not sure what's next, but yeah, let's go figure it out. last couple days we were off having a vacation. We haven't really gotten to do a lot of recreational fun time lately, and so it was just incredible to not have work and worries constantly weighing on us. We were able to go down to Colorado Springs for 2 days, spent the night at the hotel, which had swimming. A lot of fun. Best part was the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo. I cannot recommend it enough. Their animals were, I suppose, what you would expect, lions, giraffes, elephants. But they also had a lot of what I would call Colorado specific animals. They had moose, jaguar, or pumas. We call them pumas. Everyone else calls them cougars or mountain lions. They had moose, bears, so lots to see. But what made the zoo special was the way they displayed these animals. It was cut into the side of a mountain. So yes, there was a bit of hiking involved, but you got to be on level with giraffes. You got to just like see the otters diving down into the water, swimming around. It was, I can't even tell you, it was incredible. So highly recommend that. It was nice to get away for a little while. Got back. Still haven't heard back from the school. So I've now followed up with them. Hopefully they'll give me the actual contact information for the department that I'm supposed to register with to get the certificates. We're now at 1 week to our appointment and things are getting stressful. Doesn't help. I went to check the email today, just to make sure I'm aware of what correspondence is happening as this process goes. And I've got another email from our airline that says our flight is canceled. And as my heart rate hits the roof thinking about it, we ended up in a situation where I think the flight's canceled. I tell Michaela the flight's canceled, and then as I'm getting on the phone with the airline, I start reading the small print. Well, because we had booked with the same airline to use up some of the money that they tied us up in the first time going around, and they reused the numbers for the flight, it turns out they were sending us a confirmation that one of my daughters, for whatever reason, has been specified as having her flight canceled. But it's the old flight that we had booked and was canceled for all of us. And so, like I said, while my heart rate is hitting the ceiling, I find out it's not actually canceled. The flight I've booked most recently is fine, and the previous one is in fact canceled. Well, good, because it was supposed to be canceled, and we already had confirmation it was canceled. That was last week's problem. But here we are thinking it's a reoccurring problem. We were so livid at that point. And I still kind of am, if you can't tell. But good news, everything's fine. Flight's still booked. Still got some way to get to France. That pretty much set me off. I went on a tangent just checking everything's in order for the appointment next week. Started dialing in some of the small details, how to get from the airport to the hotel. All the little fine print details need to get ironed out. At this point, I'm convinced I'm squared away. There's nothing else to do. I've emailed the lady at the school, the directress, and just waiting to hear back. If I don't hear back, I have email correspondence from and with her. That's going to have to suffice as our evidence that we're getting the children enrolled as soon as possible. Yeah, I think the whole process has left us just wondering, what's going to go wrong next? What else could go wrong? Is this going to work out fine? I'm going to do it. I'm going to throw a huge shout out to Rob from Escape to France, Charente. His YouTube channel is amazing and has been very helpful on this process. But he also just not only gave me props for some random comment I sent his way, but then gave a shout out to our channel, which I'm still blown away. So, Rob, thank you. You and your family, you're amazing. What else? I will update you guys more as there's something to update.
This is the last call for Mr. Flight 18182.